All right, Shalom. Before we begin, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Shai, by Hashem Takadash, and also as well double honors to the apostles and the elders of great millstone that continually rule very well to this very day. That's continually feeding the flock through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Hashem Shai. And also as well, Shalom to the hope elect as well. That's continually laboring his work, and also do labor to show forth your diligence to make your call and election sure, in faith, in truth, sincerity, and also in all charity. All right. Now, of course, man, we out here again. Another Saturday. Another opportunity to to bring out this word, man. You know, and the thing is that still to this very day, recently, you had the BET Awards. You had all manner of events that took place over the course of the week, man. And as you see, man, is that the more and more we continue to see these things, the more and more the spirit of Yahweh Bashmiel Shah gets hot, man. Especially among our people, man. It's been a constant sequence of events that our people have just been, just been out there, man. And when I say out there, I mean just being ninjas, man. You know, because to this very day, as of 2021, our people still don't understand the intentions of Yahweh Bashmiel Shah, man. You know, our people still don't understand that the Lord is dead set to destroy this place, man. He's prepared to bring down hard shell on the people that's here, man. And our people still to this very day, they don't take into consideration on the things concerning Yahweh Bashmiel Shah, man. Really they're just concerned with the pleasures of America, man. The pleasures of this current society and the things that are given up to them, man. But I'm gonna go ahead and jump to the precepts I have here. First, I want to grab the book of Isaiah, and I'm gonna grab chapter 60. Just like you bear with me while I get it. Isaiah chapter 60. I'm gonna get verse 12. Okay, it says, "For the nation." That's like it. I think I might be at the wrong one. First, let me go ahead and jump to Isaiah 28. First, I want to grab, and while I get it, again, like I'm speaking about, our people, they're so fixated on the ways of this world that they'll just give anything to satisfy the flesh, man. And not thinking about the God of the Bible, man. So this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 28, and I'm gonna start at verse 15. It says, "Because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us, for we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves." And that's the covenant that our people have taken. The ones who are in the musical industry, all right, the movies, all these big celebrities that you see, they have to take a certain covenant or an agreement to even receive these things, man, to receive the goods, okay? Because when behind closed doors, our people don't understand that, the things that are going on behind the scenes, or not on the screen, is that, basically, our people they made an agreement with death itself, man. That they have to do certain things in order to get to that position. That's why even Jay-Z, he even declared that he's a 33rd degree Mason. But there are certain things that you have to go through and initiations that you have to do in order to get there. All right, and that's why a lot of people that were up and coming in the music industry, they didn't get that far. And the reason why they didn't get that far, because they didn't go the extra mile, quote unquote, the extra mile to get there. All right, and the extra mile is what? Basically going through those initiations. Okay, so reading on again at verse 15, it says, "Because he has said, we have made a covenant with death," and the covenant, really, the covenant means an agreement. All right, with death and with hell are we at agreement, like I said earlier. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come to us, We have made lies our refuge, and on the falsehood have we hid ourselves. And that's why they deal under the shroud of secrecy. And that's why, again, the ones that they make deals with or make covenants with, they're not even on the screen. Okay, the ones that you rarely hear about, the banking families, they basically these are the families that are rarely talked about today. Okay, and the reason why is because whenever you speak about a certain entity out there that controls everything, when you start speaking about them, you're more apt to get attacked in any sort of form or fashion, man. All right, and again, reading on at verse 16, it says, "Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I lay in Zion for a foundation, a stone, a tried stone, a precious cornerstone, a sure foundation. He that believeth shall not make haste." All right, and that's talking about our Lord and Savior, man. All right, who these people inwardly call God and Jesus, which their true names in the Hebrew, first and foremost, the Most High's name is Yahweh, and His Son's name is Yahweh Shai. Okay, verse 17 it says, "Judgment also will I lay to the line, and righteousness to the plummet, and the hail shall sweep away the refuge of lies, and the water shall overflow the hiding place. And your covenant with death shall be disannulled, and your agreement with hell shall not stand." All right, so they don't understand that even when Jake they get into these different deals and try to get some sort of consolation or some type of goodies here in America for being in that position, they don't understand that everything that we see around us is going to end eventually, man. All right, so at the end of everything, what do you have? Even Job even said it when he was being when he went through hell, when he went through adversity. He said that when he came in this world, he had nothing, and when he leaves, he's not going to have anything. Okay, so reading on, it says, "And your agreement with hell shall not stand when the overflowing scourge shall pass through. Then ye shall be trodden down by it." And when things happen, when all hell breaks loose, then guess what? These big celebrities, you're not going to be able to find them. All right? Why? Because they're going to be trying to survive in that thing. All right? And it is going to be a harsh hell that's going to come in the near future, man. All right? Now, I'm going to go from there. I'm going to get the book of Proverbs, chapter 6, and verse 26. And like I was mentioning before, oh, yeah, the question?
Yeah, you Hebrew, right? Hebrew is right.
Yeah, that's right.
What's up, man? I woke up, but I see you recording, right?
Yeah.
So I don't want to interfere with you. But I don't know. You only one. You first one I met in Birmingham.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we got another some more brothers out here that come out. They normally come out around 1 o'clock. Yeah, they camp. Their camp is right down the street. Yeah, and I know they'll be out here around 1. You know, but normally I'm here on this side. Around this time or Friday. So
Okay.
we got brothers around.
See, I
You
didn't
know,
know that.
yeah,
I
yeah.
I figured there were some other people that had been awakened in Birmingham, but I didn't know any.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
definitely.
and
Yeah, you got
I don't.
brothers
I
here.
talk to people. They listen out of respect, but they ain't gonna. They're
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
stick
yeah.
with Christianity. They ain't gonna.
Yeah, and that's the thing, and that's a part of prophecy if you believe it or not, because
Yeah.
even it's in the book of Isaiah. I'm gonna get it for you real
Yeah.
quick. Where it says, even though our people were here, they won't be able to understand. Let me see if I can get it real quick.
Yeah.
So it's the book of Isaiah, chapter 6, and this is at verse 9. It says, and he said, "Go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not. Make the heart of this people fat, and make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and convert and be healed."
Yeah.
So it was already written that even though, you know, we tell our people these words, but still they're not going to be able to get it, and that's the reason why.
Yeah.
Because the Lord has always dealt with a certain remnant,
Yeah.
and that applies
That's
to
true.
today. And that's why now, that's why the ones who are not a part of that remnant, the ones that follow the Lord back in the ancient world, if you believe it or not, the scriptures speak about what is deemed as regeneration,
Yeah.
right? But in today's term, it's called reincarnation,
Yeah.
and that's why the ones that follow the Lord in the past, they're going to follow Him again today, and they're doing the same things they did before, and that's why even He told Daniel, the prophet Daniel, at the very last verse chapter 12, the very last verse, he said he's gonna die at a certain point, but at the end of the days, he's gonna stand in his lot, which his lot was what being a prophet. So right now we're at the end of the days, and today, Daniel's here. All right, we don't know who he is, but we know that he's here doing the same thing.
Well, um, I I think that for me, the biggest obstacle I see when talking to people is that they don't want to give up Christianity.
Yeah.
And I tell them, look, where you are is where I used to be. I grew up in the church, raised in the church like everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
But when I became awakened, I realized that he didn't die for everybody. He tells you that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He tells
Yeah.
you that. One of the apostles asked him, I'll save you, how shall every word come out of your mouth, some kind of parable. Why are you always talking in parable? It ain't for everybody. What I say is for some to know and others to not. Period.
Yep.
And this woman in Matthew 15 and Mark 7, this woman comes in, a heathen, with the craziest, the Beelzebub dog.
Yep.
Want him to save him. Want him to get rid of that devil, to heal my dog.
Mm-hmm.
And he told this woman, he called her to a dog to her face. If he died for everybody, why would he call her a dog?
Yep. Yep.
And out of all those people, it was him, her, and maybe 3 or 4 disciples standing around. And out of all of those people, only one person was told to do something. And that person was her. Yahushua told her, go. Your daughter's healed. Okay? There's nothing else here for you. Go. Your daughter's healed. Had nothing to do with salvation. Both of them probably going to burn. But your daughter's healed. Your faith got to heal. Go. So everybody when they look at that and say, see, everybody can be saved. Well, yeah, everybody can be saved. But that ain't got nothing to do with salvation. It's just showing her faith and his ability to heal her daughter, which she did.
Well, believe it or not, you had during that time you had like a mix of our people that was leaving off their heritage and their nationality and going to be, I'll give you an example. Like you might have an Israelite, right? He might have grew up in the customs, but he'll probably go off and leave his original customs where he grew up in, and he went to go, be considered or identify as a Greek.
Yep.
Or a Roman or a Thessalonian.
Well, yeah, that's what the epistles are all about. Yeah. Paul, that's who Paul is talking to.
Yeah. He was writing to the Israelites. He was writing to the Israelites in those different regions in that land.
Well, I gotta go, but if you probably know this, but in the future, if somebody come along and tell you that Paul is talking to Greeks and Romans, I can prove it. You know this story where the soldier, he asked the soldier, "Can I ask you something?" And the soldier said, "You speak Greek?" Well, yeah. Oh, I thought you that Egyptian that was making all that records the other day. Yeah. Okay. Well, the soldier said, "Yeah, you talk to him." And in that same verse, that same chapter, immediately Paul turned to the crowd and spoke to them in Hebrew tongue. Well, I don't know what chapter, what that is, but Paul talked to him in Greek. When he got permission to talk to these people, he spoke to them in Hebrew tongue.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
He spoke to them in Hebrew tongue. What are you talking about? If this ain't Hebrew, what are you talking Hebrew for? Greeks don't know that. They don't care about that. So, yeah, he's talking to us.
Yep, that's it. Yeah, I guess you got those. It's one precept I know you quoted earlier, and that just land back on what you were saying earlier about our people not understanding, right? I'm gonna leave you 2 precepts, and I ain't gonna hold you too long.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's Matthew chapter 13, and this is at verse 10. It says, "And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables?"
Yeah, there you
go. He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. Yep. So that goes right along with what you were saying. Yep. And it says, verse 12, it says, actually, I'm going to skip down a little bit. Verse 13, it says, "Therefore speak I to them in parables, because they see not, and hearing they hear not," like I read here in Isaiah. So he was actually, and that's about a lot of things that our people get tripped up over too, is that really the Lord was quoting the Old Testament. He's quoting a lot of the Old Testament because that was prophecy, and the Old Testament prophesied about him coming. So that's what a lot of people get tripped up saying, well, the Old Testament is done away with. Yeah. Well, no, because Yahushua, he was speaking from the Old Testament. You got a lot of people that believe that, and I'm going like, okay,
where is it in there that says the Old Testament is done away with? They don't. That ain't make. Y'all just making stuff up. They just making it up. Okay, let's go ahead.
Verse 14 says, and in them is fulfilled the prophecy, right? The prophecy of Isaiah, which saith, by hearing ye shall hear, and shall not understand, and seeing ye shall see, and shall not perceive. For this people heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed. Lest at any time they should see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I should heal.
Yeah.
But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. Yep. So that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm amazed. Um. Anyway, like I say, you're the first person in this city who I've ever talked with who knew his heritage. I ain't never. I don't know anybody like that. Except, well, I met you. And you say that's what's the name of it? Is that camp? You said what?
Yeah, it's a camp.
Are you a part of this? Or
Yeah. I'm a part of it. Yeah, I'm a part of that camp. Yeah.
yeah.
So,
How about it? You got a web page, YouTube, or anything?
man, I wish I had pen and paper or something. But
What is it?
it's we have a channel on YouTube.
Okay.
It's called GMS Birmingham Trumpet. Yeah, it may be under another name because it may be under another name because the channel probably got deleted. But you can type in or you can type in GMS Mysteries of the Kingdom.
Okay.
Yeah, so GMS Mysteries of the Kingdom, and then put a space in between that,
Okay.
and put the trilogy. And that's one of them.
Okay. I'm gonna go online when I get home and look this stuff up. But I do appreciate it, man. I saw you out here and said, man, he looks like he may be real Hebrew. He may be my first one.
Oh yeah.
So I went down and turned around, came back. What street was that? That was I said 19. I came down. Okay.
Yeah, and then there's another one you want to take it down just in case that one you don't pull anything for that one.
Yeah.
There's another brother that streams because they do live streams. There's another brother that does live streams. If you don't catch on that channel, there's another one.
Okay.
GMS Saints of TMH.
Saints TMH.
Yeah, TMH, the Most High. That's the abbreviation for the Most High. And then put a space and then BA. BA.
Saints TMH. What?
BA.
BA.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, those two channels that you want to check out. In case the other one is not live streaming on the other one, then you check out that one. Because, like I said, so when the camp starts, they start the live stream. So
okay, so what? Give me that name again.
the second one,
Yeah.
GMS Saints of TMH Bob.
Okay. All right, man.
Yep. So if you run back through here, like I said, the camp starts at 1 or at least 1:30. Between 1 and 1:30. Yeah.
Here.
Over there, right where the entrance of the park is, where the stairs are.
Okay. All right. Good.
Yeah, if you happen to run back in this area again.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let me. I'm gonna look up this, and I'm glad to meet you, man.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. That's Spirit. Spirit brought you up here for that reason. Lord knew you was looking.
Yeah, I started to, man. My God. I kept looking. I bet the doggone he looked like he recording something. So I did the right thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
I'm gonna see you again, man.
All right. Shalom.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, our people are waking up, man. We're in that time. I'm gonna hop back to Proverbs though. But yeah, man, like I said, man, our people are waking up, man. You know, and the thing is that the Lord doesn't deal with big gatherings, in which soon we are gonna have that, right? We are gonna have big gatherings, people coming because it's gonna be an influx of people that gonna come in and listen, man. Like back in the ancient world with the apostles. You had multitudes of people that came and listened. All right, and guess what? In the very near future, we're gonna have droves of people that gonna come out and listen, man. You know, and that's why we got to prepare ourselves to address the people. You know, because it's gonna be a time where our people are gonna be seeking for answers, man. You know, and and during that time, the ones that believe they're gonna fall right in line with this, and the ones that don't believe, hey, they're just gonna go about their day, man. You know. But I'm gonna go ahead and hop back into the spirit, man. But that's beautiful that our people are waking up. Jake is searching, man. Whether people believe it or not. And that's why now you have more and more that's believing in the words of Yahweh Shimon Shai, right? And others, right, that just listen to the word, right, and they listen in to the men of the Lord, and they just go about their day, man. You know, which that's okay because like I read in Isaiah chapter 6 verse 9, is that our people they're going to hear this word and they're going to listen and tune in, but they're not going to be able to understand it, man. Okay, because it is given unto the ones who are worthy to receive that, man, which are the remnant. Okay, the remnant of Yahweh Shemel Shah. All right, and that man could very well be a part of the 1/3. The chosen. But hey, time will tell, man, because as we get closer and closer to the end, more things are going to start happening, and the scriptures say that we're supposed to endure into the very end, man. All right. So I'm gonna continue on at verse. It's like this at Proverbs chapter 6, and this at verse 26, and it says, "For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life." All right, and that's going back into what I was saying earlier about our people, taking deals, man, taking deals underneath the ones who are in power, which are the bankers, man, which is the bankers, which are the top level Edomites, man. Okay, in which the nation of Edom is what you would call today as a so-called white man. Okay, so and that's what our people have done. They're taking a covenant with death, all right, and they're taking an agreement with hell, man. Okay, and that's exactly what it's going to lead to. It's going to lead to death, and it's going to lead to them being taken in great number and being put to death, man. Okay, actually being put in a lower state and also being reduced to ashes, man. Okay, because a hell, hell is not a mythical place that you go to where you burn for eternity, man. That's a myth. All right, that's a cunningly devised fable that's been concocted by the Roman Catholic Church, man. Okay, really, that word hell goes into when you look in the definition, it means the grave or the pit. Okay, and our people are going to be put in that grave, man. They are going to be put to death. Okay, just for disregarding the words of Yahweh Shemel Shai and accepting the, uh, the philosophy and the idea of Esau, man. And that's what it's about, man. When you see our people get into the antics of America and get into all the different outlandish American ways, our people they made an agreement, man. Okay, what they've done is that they fully put themselves into the spirit of an Edomite, man. Okay, and that's why they're gonna die the death of an Edomite. All right, which is what by way of thermonuclear fire. Okay, it's back at the book of Proverbs chapter 6 verse 26. It says for she, it's like I'm in the wrong one. Proverbs chapter 6 verse 26. It says, for by means of a whorish woman a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life. Okay, so and that whorish woman, all right, represents Babylon, man, America. Okay, that what it means by that whorish woman, because this woman, this is a whorish woman, man. Okay, and by this whorish woman, this land Babylon, all right, a man is brought to a piece of bread, man. Okay, and in other words, a man is brought to some sort of comfort and sufficiency, man. Okay, and that's how they look at the Babylon the Great. That's why America has been told about. as being a land of opportunity, man. Okay, and what it means by that land of opportunity, it means that this is a land that you have the opportunity to be as wicked as all you want to be, man. To be as wicked as you can be, okay. To be as rebellious as you can be, and that's why, and the spirit has been going into these women, man. Okay, that's why now you're observing these women. These women are just out there, man. You know, carrying on about, man. All right. If you give if you give women such a so much leeway, they'll take 100 miles, man. Okay. So I'm gonna go on from there. I'm gonna get the book of Mark chapter 8. It's like it while I get it. Book of Mark chapter 8. Right, Mark chapter 8 verse 36. It says, "For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul?" Okay, and that's the famous scripture that almost everybody know, man. But they don't understand what the scripture is talking about when they don't understand the content of this precept, man. Because when it says that what shall a man gain if he should lose his own soul for the world, and that's talking about the ones who have taken a deal, man. The ones who have taken a covenant with death and hell, man. Okay, because that the covenant that they took in that agreement, all right, they sold their own soul, man. And you do have to sell your soul in order for a piece of bread, man. In order to get some type of status and all, and basically a piece of the crumb, man. You're not even getting the whole bread, and that's why our people today are destroyed, man. All right, because the net worth of these bankers are in the trillions, man. All right, I wouldn't be surprised if their net worth is in the quadrillions, man. Okay, and why is that? Because again, the earth is given into their hands, man. Like it says in the book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24. It says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, man. Okay, and the only thing that they get, like Jay Z, he deems himself as a billionaire, right? Jake in the lower level, Jakes that's in the industry, all right. They're considered millionaires, right? But again, man, that's chump change considered when compared to the bankers, man. That's chump change when it comes to these high level Edomites, man. All right, because Jake, the ones that's in the music industry think they're doing something. You're really not doing anything, man. Okay, you gave up your soul. You gave up your very soul for just a crumb off the table, man. That's it, you know. But that's the state of our people, man. You know, our people been downtrodden for so long and put under the oppression of Esau that they're looking for any sort of comfort, man. Anything to get out of the state that they're in, man. Not knowing that Yahweh Shemiel Shah is the one that put us there in the first place, man. Okay, so if you were to go to anybody to seek for any sort of comfort or anything, or try to or to seek some sort of a console or consolation, it'll be Yahweh Shemiel Shah, man. And that's what the men of the Lord have chosen, man. The men of the Lord have chosen we have opted to go to Yahweh Shemiel Shah, the one who has put us in this condition, to ask for forgiveness, man. And our people are not going to do that, man. They're not going to do that to this very day. Because why? Because of their pride, man. And really, it goes back to them being the wicked of our people coming back, man. Like I was telling the brother that came up not too long ago, and I mentioned lightly about reincarnation, man, and which that is indeed biblical, okay, because it's the same generation that keeps getting recycled. All right, back in the land of Egypt, back when you had the kings of Israel, all right, and all the way up to the Greek and Roman Empire, and you got the same generation that's back today, man, doing the same BS, okay. And I'm trying to keep it PG as possible. Just, YouTube is on its period right now. Uh, let's see, Slack. Let me get the book of Jeremiah chapter 16. Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 10. It says, "And it shall come to pass when thou shalt show this people all these words, and they shall say unto thee, Wherefore hath the Lord pronounced all this great evil against us? Or what is our iniquity? Or what is our sin that we have committed against the Lord our power?" And that's where we're at right now, okay? where it says that basically they're them asking, why is the Lord pronouncing all this evil against us, or why is the Lord is out to bring these great plagues against us? All right, that's what they're saying. All right, and really when they look at this truth, when they hear these words come out, they ask that question, in a roundabout way. Why is the Lord pronouncing evil against this place, Babylon the Great, or why, why the Lord is determined to destroy this place and to destroy the people that are here, man, to destroy the ones who have fought against them, and 2/3 of our people. Okay, so reading on, it says, verse 11, it says, "Then shalt thou say unto them, because your fathers have forsaken me, saith the Lord, and have walked after other gods, and have served them, and have worshipped them, and have forsaken me, and have not kept my law." All right, and there it is, man. All right, and by them serving other gods, that could be on a physical level, yeah, because you do have our people that worship gods of Islam, the gods of Moab, all these different Egyptian, and also and don't make me mention Egypt, man. All right, these Egyptian gods, man, because I want to say about half our people are into that, man. All right, people that are into Egyptology, the Black unconscious community. All right, they're all about this, about gaining all this knowledge of these different gods, and these different whacked out beliefs, and that's them worshiping their own gods, right, or the gods of the other nations, which are not gods, like it says in the scriptures. All right, but you also got people that indirectly do it too. They don't have to worship unnecessarily, the gods of other nations. All right, they can worship the J man. Okay, that's another god, man. Okay, they can worship Esau, man. Really, when they're worshiping the J man, right? Really, they worshiping Esau, man. Okay, they're worshiping the god of Esau. Okay, because whenever when I was mentioning earlier about these big celebrities, what they have to do is they have to bow down to these elites, man. They have to bow down to the higher ups of evil, okay, in order to get a certain position in the society, man. Okay, so reading on at verse 12, it says, "And ye have done worse than your fathers. For behold, ye walk every one after the imagination of his evil heart, that they may not hearken unto me." See that? So I believe that's it on that. Yeah. So like it says here, it says that they have done worse than their fathers, man, because they walk after the imaginations of their evil heart, and that's what our people do, man. They walk after their own vain imaginations, man. You know, and our people, they're like it says in the book of Jeremiah chapter 4 verse 22. It says our people are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge, man. Okay, to do the things that are pleasing to Yahweh Shemel Shah, they have no sort of knowledge whatsoever, but they can do everything else under the sun that's wicked, and they're experts at it, man. And I believe the Apostle Elder Gabar even said that before he came into the truth, he had a PhD in wickedness, man. All right, and and our people, that's the status of our people, man. They all have PhDs in wickedness, man. They have doctorates and master's degrees and PhDs in wickedness, man. They know all about it, man. But when it comes to this, when it comes to this book, when it comes to the words of Yahweh about Shemel Shai, they don't know what to do, man. And then when you have the men of the Lord that tell them what to do, guess what, man? They reject it, man. Okay, why? Because it's not giving them anything at the moment. It's not. It's basically in their minds, it's not bringing them a paycheck. Okay, it's not bringing them any sort of resources of the world. Not knowing that this is out of this world, man. This when this word comes out, man. This is a otherworldly entity that you're dealing with, man. All right. This is a spirit that's of the creators of the heavens and the earth, man. Okay. That created everything that we see around us. And like I was telling the brother earlier, that walked up, man. Is that you know, well, when I was reading the scriptures when he walked up, because he was listening for a minute, is that basically they're just here just to get the substance of this world, not knowing that Yahweh Shemel Shah is the one that created everything that we see, man. Even the Lord that put us in this condition is the same one that's gonna get us out of it, man. Okay. So I believe that's it on that. Yep. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the book of Acts. Acts Locky. I'm gonna get the book of Hebrew. Like I mentioned earlier, is that our people, these are the same people that we're dealing with, like the apostles and the men of old have dealt with back in the past. Okay. So I'm gonna get the book of Hebrews, chapter 3. Right, Hebrews chapter 3, and this is at verse 8. It says, "Harden not your hearts." I believe I'm at the right one. Yeah, this is right. Yeah, this is it. Yep. Hebrews chapter 3, verse 8. It says, "Harden not your hearts as in the provocation in the day of temptation in the wilderness, when your fathers tempted me, proved me, and saw my works 40 years." Okay? And that's the thing, man. Our people in the past, in the ancient world, they have observed the works of Yahweh Shemel Shah, man. Okay? They actually seen the works of the Lord, man. They were right there, man. They saw the Lord, basically when they were bitten with serpents, all right? The Lord healed them with the brazen staff, all right? When they had no water to drink, all right, the Lord made the water sweet, okay? When they were fleeing from the Egyptians, man, when we were leaving out of the land of Egypt, the Lord parted the seas, okay, for us to walk on dry land. Okay, the Lord led us out of the land of Egypt by way of a pillar of light by night and a cloud by day, man. Okay, and the Lord sustained us with manna, man. And here it is, after the Lord did all those things, guess what? They 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 still tempted the Lord, man. Okay, so how much more today, man? All right, how much more today? Because if you it would have to take a power that's out of this world physically, to see this physically, should I say, for them to even believe, man. And that's why the Lord hasn't given us, major spiritual power, man. Yeah, we have spiritual power right now by way of being able to go in and to bring out this word through the Spirit. But guess what? That's on a minuscule level, man. Okay, because the Lord at any time can give us spiritual power, man. Okay, but the reason why the Lord hasn't given us that same spiritual power that the men of the Lord had back then is because right now we're in the era to where the Lord is requiring the faith of our people, and then the ones who have that faith are the elect, man. Okay, so that's why now the Lord in this time is requiring faith, man. Now faith is the requirement that you're going to need in order to even be able to receive the things which are promised to us, man. Okay, the perks of the kingdom, man. All right, but yeah, I'm going from there. Actually, some more on this. This verse 10. It says, "Wherefore I was grieved with that generation, and said, they do always err in their hearts, and they have not known my ways. So I swear in my wrath, they shall not enter into my rest." Okay, so the Lord is saying here that he was continually grieved with that generation, man. And they always erred. Okay, and the same thing is recanted in the book of Acts. Let me get it real quick. Acts chapter 7 and verse. I'm starting at verse 51. Slide. Grab a swig of water real quick. But yeah, I'm gonna continue speaking while taking some water real quick. But like I said, man, is that our people, they have to take divine intervention for them to get it, man. All right, and that divine intervention is going to come by way of Yahweh Shemel Shah. But guess what? The Lord is cutting off a certain of our people to where they're not able to understand this, and guess what? They're not going to be able to receive this. Even John the Baptist spoke to certain of our people, the wicked scribes and Pharisees, saying, "Who warned you to flee from the wrath to come, man? Who warned you to run away from the danger or to escape the judgment of Yahweh by Shemel Shah, man?" All right. So yeah, man. Like I was reading in Hebrews, this is the same wicked generation that have rebelled against Yahweh by Shemel Shah, man. All right. And guess what? They're still rebelling to this very day, man. Like the brother was saying earlier, man, is that even though you tell our people about what's going on, about their nationality, what's to come down the pipeline, and what's to be the future of their future, if they were to continue in the ways that they're going, guess what, man? It's utter destruction. But here it is, our people, they're not going to listen to logic, man. All right. But this when you deal in the scriptures, man, this is common sense, man. Okay. This is strictly common sense, man, and somebody with sense, all right, would come into this, man, and actually take heed, all right. But guess what, man? Our people are just wilding out, man. All right. The book of Acts, chapter 7, and this is at verse 51. It says, "Ye stiff-necked and uncircumcised in heart and ears, you do always resist the Holy Spirit, as your fathers do, or as your fathers did, so do ye." All right. So this is the prophet. It's like anyway, and go back just a little bit. Yeah, this is the prophet Stephen, man. All right, and actually the lives that we're living is all the lives just like Stephen, man. All right, Stephen was cutting our people to the heart, hard, man. All right, he was cutting them to the heart. Okay, and that's why they ran him down and they stoned him, man. Why? Because the reason why, because he told them the truth, man. Okay, and our people don't want to hear the truth. They rather hear sweet lies and be told that that America is going to continue, all right, and that not only that, but also as well that they're going to be taken care of, man. But guess what? The Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai has other plans, man. The Lord is apt to destroy this place, okay? The Lord right now at this time is apt to lay this land desolate, man. All right, and He will do it, man. Okay, it tells you in the book of Zephaniah is that the Lord's determinations to gather nations for His fierce anger, man. Okay, but continue from there. Let me get actually Slocky. Let me continue at Acts chapter 7, verse 51. It said, "You stiff-necked and uncircumcised and hard ears, you do always resist the Holy Spirit, as your fathers did, so do ye. Which of the prophets have not your fathers persecuted, and they have shot and they have slain them to show before of the coming of the just one, whom ye have now been the betrayers and murderers." Okay, and that's why again, the prophet Stephen, man, because the prophet Stephen was again cutting them to the heart, those wicked scribes and Pharisees, man. And he told them, he said, "Which one of the prophets have your fathers have not persecuted?" Okay, and again, the reason why is that because, like I read in the book of Hebrews, it says that the Lord was always grieved with that generation. Okay, and what generation are you talking about? You're talking about the wicked scribes and Pharisees. All right, you're talking about the ones that rebelled against them, that did not take heed to his, the miracles that he was performing when they were coming out of the land of Egypt. All right, and also as well the prophets of the Lord when they were there during the time of the kings of Israel, man, when they were telling them, look, that get your mind right before the Lord destroy you and take you into captivity. All right, but they didn't hearken. Okay, so it's no different today, man. Okay, because the same prophets are here today. All right, and we're telling you, look, man, to get yourselves in order and get yourself together before the Lord return, man. And guess what? They're doing the same thing as they did back then. They're not listening, man. Okay? So I'm going to go on from there. I'm going to get the book of Isaiah, chapter 65. Slide one moment. All right, it's the book of Isaiah, chapter 65. And I'm starting at verse 12. It says, "For ye shall go out with joy. Yep. For ye shall go out with joy and be led forth with peace. And the mountains of the hills shall break forth before you into singing, and all the trees of the field shall clap their hands." All right. And actually, Slocky, I'm gonna go ahead and go on from there. It should be in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 2. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 2, and it's at verse 11. It says, "Have the nation changed their gods, which are yet no gods?" Like I was saying earlier, our people, they'll get into everything else under the sun other than the God of the Bible, man. Other than Yahweh Shemion Shai. Okay? They'd rather get into Buddhism. They'd rather get into Egyptology before they get into the scriptures, man. All right? And here it is, whenever they run into some sort of calamity or they run into any sort of adversity, they have no answers, man. And that's the difference between that what they're into and this, man. Because when you go into the scriptures, the Bible actually has the answers that you're looking for, man. Okay, you're not gonna find the answers in any other. Yeah, you're not gonna find any answers in any other book or the like they. This is one bug out saying the Ma'at or the Egyptian Book of the Dead, man. You're not gonna find any sort of answers in those, man. Okay, this tells you the reason why you're in a low state, and this book also tells you how to get out of that low state, man. Okay, so again, back at Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 11, it says, "Have the nation changed their gods, which are yet no gods? But my people have changed their glory for that which doth not profit." All right, and these other things, it doesn't profit our people, man. Okay, the reason why is because these things that they're into is gonna disappear, man. Okay, it's gonna disappear in the blink of an eye, man. The Lord said that everything is gonna be reduced to a desert wasteland, man. Okay, all these buildings, the money, everything, man, everything is just gonna disappear, and Yahweh Shemel Shai is gonna rule everything and over all the people with a rod of iron, man. Okay, now reading on, it says, verse 12 said, "Be astonished, O ye heavens, at this, and be horribly afraid. Be ye very desolate, saith the Lord. For my people," all right, Israelite, you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, "for my people have committed two evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters, and hewed them out cisterns, broken cisterns that can hold no water." All right, and the Lord is considered the fountains of living waters, man. But like it says here, it says they have hewn them out cisterns which are broken, man. Okay, and if you look at a cistern is basically a well. All right, a well that's supposed to hold water. So what they're into, right, is the other waters that don't profit them, man. All right, they'd rather go to another broken well of water and get water from there. All right. Actually, like it says here, it says they hew themselves out broken cisterns, broken wells that can hold no water, man. All right. In other words, the other doctrines that they have that they're into that are not a part of the scriptures, it has holes, man. Because the reason why is because they go into any topic that they go into concerning the other philosophies. Guess what? It's going to have some sort of hole in it, man, and it's not going to be able to hold any water. Okay, but again, like it says here, that the Lord is a fountain of living water, man. All right, living water it continually moves, man. It flows. It's not stagnant. Okay, but I'm gonna move on from there. I'm gonna get the book of Jeremiah chapter 5, and this is at verse 7. It says, "How shall I pardon thee for this? Thy children, thy children have forsaken me, and sworn by them that are no gods. And when I have fed them to the full, they then committed adultery." And that's the thing, man. The Lord, like I was saying earlier, the Lord did all these things for our people when they'll come out of the land of Egypt. All right? the Lord was literally creating miracles in front of our people, man. All right. And when they were led out of Egypt by Moses, man, he parted the seas so they would walk over dry land. All right. When they were hungered, like I said earlier, when they were hungered, the Lord gave them manna to eat. All right. And when they were thirsty, the Lord made the water sweet. Okay. And when they were diseased, when they were bitten by those serpents, all right, the Lord made it a way for them to escape the death, man. When Moses made himself a brazen staff for them to look upon, man. All right, and they were healed. All right, the Lord did almost did everything that He could do for our people, man. All right, but again, like I'm reading again, I'm gonna go ahead and go back to it. Jeremiah chapter 5, uh, verse 7. It says, "How shall I pardon thee for this? Thy children have forsaken me and sworn by them that are no gods." All right, when I have fed them to the full, they then committed adultery and assembled themselves by the troops in the harlot houses. All right, and that even applies to today, man. Okay, because that's why the scriptures, when it goes to the harlot houses, that's going to these modern day churches, man, because they are considered harlot houses, man. All right, these churches that are set up today, man, they're not there for the benefit of our people. All right, for the Israelites, man, they're there just to be seen and heard and to get a paycheck. That's it. Because when you deal with these churches, you realize that underneath the government, because first and foremost, they say that there's a separation of church and state when really it's not. Okay, the reason why is because hey, shalom to the brother on the comment board. Shalom, shalom. Yeah, how about you, Shabbat? But yeah, like I was saying earlier about the churches, they're underneath a 501c3 charter, which that's a tax exemption from the government. So these churches today, they don't have to pay taxes, all right, because it's a religious practice, all right. But also as well, not only does it fall underneath that tax exemption under the 501c3, but also as well, you're given a compensation, so to speak, for how many members that you have. All right. So that's why whenever you go to any sort of church, they always tell you, like at the end of the sermon, they say if anybody's doesn't have a church home, all right, or doesn't have a church to go to, join this church, or another church tell you the same thing, join this church. You know, the reason why they do that because they know that the certain members that they have, all right, it gives them a certain amount of money and it gives them a paycheck, man. And they let you know, man, these churches, man, they're set up, man. All right. Again, man, and really they sit up under the pretense underneath the Roman Catholic doctrine, man, and which that's going on, man. Okay, but they taken the scriptures and they twisted it and they used it to gain an advantage over our people, man. All right, that's why you got characters like Kurt Franklin, man, who was at the BET Awards acting as a donkey, man. All right, and he's not the only one, man. You got T.D. Jakes and all the like, man. They're all the same, man. Okay. This book, not Isaiah, the book of Ezekiel, chapter 16. It's like this book of Isaiah, chapter 16. Bear with me for a moment. It's like. All right, book of Ezekiel, chapter 16, verse 22. It says, "And in all thine abominations and thy whoredoms, thou hast not remembered the days of thy youth." All right, and what was the days of our youth? That was when we were following the ways of Yahweh Shemiel Shai in that time. Okay, and that especially that was really pronounced during the time of King Solomon. Okay, because during the reign of King Solomon, Israel was at peace. All right, the reason why Israel was at peace because we kept the laws and commandments of the Heavenly Father. We kept His words, man. All right, and then afterwards, after that rulership, then our people started to slip into going after other gods, man. They started going after these different other, start mingling with the other nations and started getting to their gods, man. All right, and then you had a line of wicked kings that came out of the nation of Israel, and through that, we went into captivity under the Babylonians, the Medes and the Persians, all right, the Greeks, the Romans, and all the way up to this time today, man. Okay, because of that, we went through a series of captivities. Okay, and this is the point that we at right now. And really, this is the last captivity that we're under today, man. All right, because after this captivity, that's it, man. Okay, because our iniquity is finished, man. Okay. Uh, it's like, well, I was at verse 22. It says, in all thy abominations and thy whoredoms, thou hast not remembered the days of thy youth, then when thou wast naked and bare, and was polluted in thy blood, and it came to pass after all thy wickedness, woe, woe unto thee, saith the Lord power, that thou hast also built unto thee an eminent place, and has made thee an high place in every street. And that's why amongst our people, especially around the neighborhoods where our people live, there's a church at every corner, man. Okay? That's why it says they have built unto themselves an eminent place, man. Okay? That eminent place, again, being those churches, man. Okay? And has made thee an high place in every street. Okay? Thou hast built thy high place at every head of the way, and has made thy beauty to be abhorred. And that's why the people. That's why our people are considered the bottom of the barrel, man. You know, because now the beauty of Israel is now being abhorred, man. Okay, and that word abhor means to stay away from, man. All right, to not deal with. Okay, that's why a lot of our times when our people, try to do anything at all, they get the least priority, man. That's why our people are considered by Esau standards, we're considered a minority, man. All right, which really, according to the Bible, according to the Lord of the Bible, Yahweh Shemel Shah, we're the top priority, man. Okay, we're above all these different people, man. We're above these nations, man. Okay, pursuant to Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6, man. You know what? Let me go ahead and get it real quick for edification's sake. Let me get Deuteronomy chapter 7. Slide. Deuteronomy chapter 7. Page stuff together. Yeah, Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. It says, "For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power. The Lord thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people upon the face of the earth. The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because you were more in number than any people, for ye were the fewest of all people." Right now, people were the fewest of all people. Okay, but because the Lord loved you, and because because he would keep the oath which he has sworn unto your fathers, hath the Lord brought you out with a mighty hand, and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen, from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. All right. So, like it says here, it says our people are a holy people, and a chosen people to the Lord our power, man. All right. And the Lord has always dealt with our people for the commonwealth of our people to make sure that we're taken care of, man. But after we transgressed, now we're in a lower state. Now we've been reduced to being to living paycheck to paycheck. Living in a lower state and just living off the breadcrumbs of Esau, man. Okay, because in the ancient world we had substance, man, through Yahweh Shemel Shah. But after we transgressed, we lost everything, man. Even our heritage. It tells you in the book of Jeremiah that we would discontinue from our heritage, and we did, man. Because it was a time where we didn't know who we were, man. Before the 1970s, we didn't know who we were, man. All right, we were being called Negroes, coloreds, you know, Latinos, Native American Indians, but now we've been brought back into our true nationality and who we really are, man. Okay, and that's by prophecy. Okay, so back at Ezekiel chapter 16, I believe I'm at verse 23 now. It's lucky. Yep. I'm at verse 24. It says that thou hast also built unto thee an eminent place, and hast made thee an high place in every street. Thou hast built thy high place at every head of the way, and hast made thy beauty to be abhorred, and hast opened thy feet to every one that passed by, and multiplied thy whoredoms. Thou hast also committed fornication with the Egyptians, thy neighbors, greater flesh, and hast increased thy whoredoms to provoke me to anger. All right. And when you go into the scriptures, right, that the Egyptians was talking about, and actually it tells you in the book of Isaiah. Let me get it real quick. Isaiah chapter 19 about the Egyptians, because that's not talking about the literal Egyptians. Okay. Because right now we're residing in this land, in this captivity. And it tells you in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 16, it says that we're going to go into Egypt again. We're going to go into Egypt again by way of ships. Okay? And that curse actually happened. We did go into captivity by way of ships. Okay? And we were sold for bondmen and bondwomen. We were put on auction blocks, man. Okay? So here at Isaiah chapter 19, it says, some slacking. Yeah, it says, now will set. Actually, I'm starting at verse 1. It says, the burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. All right? So, like it says here, the Lord is going to ride upon a swift cloud, and that's not talking about a literal cloud, okay? Because that's talking about the chariots, because the chariots go by way of clouds, they go by way of whirlwinds, all right? A wheel within a wheel, all right? Because you had the men of the Lord that gave certain descriptions on what they were seeing during that time, okay? Even during the time we was coming out of the land of Egypt, okay? We was coming out of the land of Egypt, and they regarded the chariot as being a cloud by day and a pillar of light by night. Okay, and like Ezekiel said, Ezekiel deemed the chariots as a wheel within a wheel, man. Okay, that's why now you're starting to see chariots pop up everywhere, man. You've been seeing more chariot sightings. It even got to the point to where now that the government now had to recently they made a statement about it because there were so many chariot sightings that they had to make a report or to make a statement concerning that, man. And it's no different, man. Even during the time of the presidency of Ronald Reagan, all right, Ronald Reagan made a speech about this, man. He said that if there was ever an entity or something that was out of this world that were to come on this land or to come upon this land, would we not all band together to fight against it? You know, and he didn't say that just to say it, because he was drunk off wine or what have you. He said it because he knew, and all the other higher ups of Esau knew, that the Lord was out there, man, and the Lord is prepared to come back. Okay, but yeah, again, verse 2 it says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. And the Egyptians will I give unto the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord of hosts. Right, and these Egyptians, they're going to be given over to a cruel Lord, man. Okay? And who's that cruel Lord that's talking about? That's talking about the rigorous power, which is Yahweh Shemel Shah, man. Okay? Because the Lord, when he brings down this nation of Edom, right, he's going to make sure that the nation of Edom feel every single inch of what they did to us, man. Okay? Like it says in the scripture, it says the cup that was given unto us is going to be given unto them. All right? And what was that cup full with? It was filled with captivity, all right? Harsh hell that was put on us, iniquity that was put on us, all right? The separation of our families, all right? Everything, you can name everything under the sun that was done unto us is gonna be done unto Esau, man. Okay, and rightfully so, because it tells you. Also, there's another precept where it says in the book of Galatians, it says that whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. All right, and the Most High is not mocked. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna go off from there. Go back to Ezekiel. I believe that's it on Ezekiel. I'm gonna go ahead and jump to the book of Micah, chapter 2. It's like Micah, chapter 2, verse 11. It says, "If a man walking in the spirit and falsehood do lie, saying, I will prophesy unto thee of wine and of strong drink, he shall even be the prophet of this people." All right, and that is the prophets of the day, man. All right, basically men that have walking in the spirit of falsehood and speaking lies towards our people. And what do they prophesy about? They prophesy about wine and strong drink, man. Okay, and that wine and strong drink is speaking of the wine of America, man. Because underneath that quote unquote Christian spirit that they try to push out, all right, really that's based on the American idea, man. All right. That's why now a lot of these churches, even though they say they believe in the Bible, right? But yet now they have to accept this this American idea, man. Okay. Because even now today, the churches are now that they're allowing same-sex marriage, man. You know, and that wasn't a thing back, back in the '90s and '80s, what have you. All right. But guess what? They got pulled to the side and say, hey, look, this is what's being pushed out in America. This is the legislation. You got to follow that. All right. You got to allow same-sex marriage. You know, you got to allow quote unquote equality in your church. And guess what? They following right along with it, man. Okay. Because again, they right in line with Esau, man, the higher ups of Edom. Okay. But we go on from there. I'm gonna get the book of Jeremiah, chapter 23. So, all right, it's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 23. Jeremiah 23 and verse 20. It says, "Thus saith the Lord." Yep, it said, "Thus saith the Lord, you can break my covenant of the day and my covenant of the night, and that there shall be not day and night in their season. Then may also my covenant be broken with David my servant, that he shall not have a son to reign upon his throne, and with the Levites, the priests, my ministers, and the hosts of heaven cannot be numbered, neither the sand of the sea measured. So will I multiply the seed of David my servant, and the Levites that minister unto me." Okay? And as it's like, I believe I'm reading out of another chapter. Um, I believe that's 33. You get 23. Yeah, verse 20. It's like, now verse Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 20. It says, "The anger of the Lord shall not return until he have executed, until he have performed the thoughts of his heart. In the latter days ye shall consider it perfectly." All right. So like it says here, the anger of the Lord shall not return, man. All right. And also as well, it says, until he had executed and he performed the thoughts of his heart. And what's the thoughts of the Lord's heart? All right. The thoughts of his heart is to destroy Babylon and Great, which is America, man. Okay. And it says here, it says he's not going to return his anger until he have performed the thoughts of his heart, man. All right. And it says here, in the latter days, you will consider it perfect. Okay. The reason why is because now our people today, they're not considering, man. Okay. They're not considering that the Lord's anger is hot right now, man. All right. Even though the people in their safety, they believe that everything's okay. Everything's just, steady right now. But when the Lord is ready to unleash his fury on this land, America, guess what, man? He's going to make sure that these people consider, man. All right? Because like it says in the book of Deuteronomy, right? I believe Deuteronomy chapter 32. See if I can get it real quick. Right, so it says here, Deuteronomy chapter 30, 32 and verse 30. It says, actually verse 29, it's like, it says, "Oh, that they were wise, that they understood this, that they would consider their latter end." All right, and that's the point, because our people, they don't consider their latter end. Like I was saying earlier, at the beginning of the speaking, right, is that our people, they're fixated on the goodies of America to the point to where they just go to the higher ups of Esau and they just sell their soul just for a piece of crumb off the table, man. Because again, man, these bankers, they're in the quadrillions, man. Their net worth is at the very top of the society, man. And by them going to them, they're trying to just get a piece of that bread, man. But what they've been given is just a crumb, man. All right, not considering their latter end, man. Because at the end of what they do, all right, guess what? It's nothing but suffering and destruction, man. Okay, but yeah, I believe that's it on that. Let me go ahead and jump back to the book of Esther. I'm gonna go to the Second Chronicles, chapter 18. Right, so it's Second Chronicles chapter 18, and it's at verse 11. It says, and all the prophets prophesied so, saying, go up to Ramoth Gilead and prosper, for the Lord shall deliver into the hand of the king. And this is talking about King Ahab. All right, during the time when King Ahab was the king of Israel, and then you had King, let's see, King Jehoshaphat or Jehoshaphat. All right, which was the king of Judah during that time, right? And it says, and you had prophets that were there that were telling King Ahab to go up to the battle because he was going to win, right? But he didn't know that the Lord had pronounced judgment against him even before those prophets came to him, man. And it tells you that in the book of, I believe it's either First Kings or Second Kings, where it says, where the prophet Micah, he said that he saw the counsel of the Lord sitting on his right hand and on his left hand. All right, and he was considering with that counsel on how is he going to deliver King Ahab to be put to death, man. So now you had these prophets that were here that were telling King Ahab that he was going to win the battle, man. But that was the counsel of the Lord doing that, all right, because the Lord wanted him gone, man. All right, and that's a judgment of the Lord, man. All right, and it says here, it says verse 12, it says, and the messenger that went to call Micah spake to him, saying, behold, the words of the prophets declare good to the king with one assent. Let thy word, therefore, I pray thee, be like one of theirs, and speak thou good. And he was telling him, saying, look, Micah, all these prophets are telling King Ahab he's going to win. So please go to this king and tell him the same thing. All right. So what was Micah's response? All right. He said, verse 13, he said, Micah said, as the Lord liveth, even what my power says, that will I speak. All right. So he said, look, wherever the Most High says, I'm going to say. Wherever the Lord tells me, I'm going to tell him. All right. And that's why the prophet Micah was hated, man, because he didn't speak what the other prophets was telling the king, man. All right. He was speaking according to what the Lord was saying. Okay. Uh, let's see. Verse 14 says, when he was come to the king said unto him, Micah, shall we go to Ramoth Gilead to battle, or shall I forbear? And he said, go ye up and prosper, and they shall be delivered into your hand. And the king said unto him, how many times shall I adhere thee, that thou say nothing but the truth to me in the name of the Lord? Then he said, I did see all Israel scattered upon the mountains as sheep that have no shepherd. And the Lord said, these have no master. Let them return, therefore, every man to his house in peace. All right. So again, that was Micah telling him, look, he said, look, all these men of war, let them go back to their house in peace. All right, and not to go into the battle. All right. And yep, and reading on, I'm gonna read a little bit more on this because he's gonna tell you that the Lord was actually having that counsel against a king Ahab, right? And it says, verse 17, it said, and the king of Israel said to Jehoshaphat, did I not tell thee that he would not prophesy good unto me, but evil? Again he said, therefore hear the word of the Lord. I saw the Lord sitting upon his throne, and all the hosts of heaven standing on his right hand and on his left. All right, which the right hand represents a righteousness, and the left hand represents wickedness. Okay, because the Lord deals with both sides, man. All right, he has spirits that are created for righteousness and spirits that are created for wickedness and vengeance, man, to execute judgments. Okay, that's why the Lord, it says in Scripture in the book, I believe it's Isaiah chapter 45, says where the Lord has created both light and darkness, and He creates peace and He makes evil. Okay, verse 20, Slack. Yeah, verse 19 says, and the Lord said, who shall entice Ahab, king of Israel, that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead? And one spake, saying after this manner, and another saying after that manner. So he was talking to the spirits on the left hand side on how, what method is going to be used to have King Ahab be put to death. All right. And it says here, verse 20 said, then there came out a spirit from the left hand side and stood before the Lord and said, I will entice him. And the Lord said unto him, wherewith? And he said, I will go out and be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets, And the Lord said, now here's the thing. Now did the Lord say no? Don't do that. You know, basically, according to what the churches think, how the Lord operates. Now, if the church was correct in saying that the Lord doesn't do any sort of evil, then the Lord would tell that spirit, no, don't do that. All right. But what did he say? He said, thou shalt entice him, right? And thou shalt also prevail. Go out and do even so. So the Lord executed that judgment, man. And that's when you had the prophets that came to King Ahab, right, and told him they was going to win. And guess what? He went out to the battle and he got put to death. All right. And the reason why I'm bringing out the scriptures is because that same spirit is here today, man. Okay. You have prophets that are out that are prophesying lies and deceit, man. Okay, and that are enticing our people to go about the ways of Babylon the Great, man. But again, you have prophets that are speaking underneath the spirit of Yahweh Bashmiel Shah that's actually telling the truth, man. Okay, and that's why now the ones who are slated to receive this are going to receive it. Okay, and the ones who are not slated to receive this, they're going to fall by the wayside, man. Okay, so going on from there, I'm gonna get the book of Matthew chapter 7 and verse 26. I'm gonna wrap it up here in a little bit. Right, the book of Matthew, chapter 26. Chapter 7, verse 26. Right, so Matthew 7 and 26, it says, and everyone that heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them shall be likened unto, let me start from the top again. It says, everyone that heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them not shall be likened unto a foolish man which built his house upon sand, and the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it. All right? So this is going to, when they hear these words, and which they're hearing today, right? And guess what? They are not taking heed to these words, they're not doing them. All right, he's likened to a man that built his foundation on sand. All right, and when the storms come in, which those storms represents the trouble or the danger and the harsh hell is going to be spread when all hell breaks loose, man. When the society crashes, when the dollar crashes, when everything goes to hell, guess what? The people that have built their foundation on sand, guess what? Their house is going to fall, man. And like it says here, and great was the fall of it. All right, so it's going to be a great fall in that day, man. All right, America, as you see today, man, it's not going to be the same in that day, in the time to come. All right, now the mentality of the people are going to change. It's going to be every man for himself. All right, one house against another. All right, people are going to be at each other just to survive, man. All right, all these movies that they put out, they don't put these movies out just for entertainment, man. They really tell you what's about to happen. All right, case in point, one movie that is very popular, which is the Book of Eli. All right, that's a reality, man. Okay, that is something that is very very well to happen, man. Okay, all it takes is one calamity. All it takes is one thing to happen, like a major disaster. All right, to the point to where all hell's gonna break loose and everybody's gonna be at each other's necks, man. And that's all it takes. Look at what happened during the time of 9/11. All right, during the time of 9/11 or before 9/11, the people were, they went about their day. You know, everything was okay. Everybody held strong to the American dream. You know, they went about, just lackadaisical. But when the Twin Towers fell, the mentality of the people completely changed in the snap of a finger, man. All right, now you hear the term terrorism. Terrorism on the rise. You know, the war with Al Qaeda. You know, all these different things are being pushed out after that, man. So all it takes is one major event to tip the scales, man. All right, and that's what's gonna happen. So don't be surprised if you see a major event happen or some type of calamity happen, and all hell breaks loose, man. And you see these people getting ready, man. Because guess what? Esau's getting ready, man. All right, that's why Esau's been stacking up on weapons, ammo, because they see what's about to happen, man. All right, and they're preparing themselves for it, man. But Jake, our people still trying to hang on to that same old American dream that is flying away, man. All right. So I'm gonna grab one more precept. I'm gonna close it out. But yeah, I'm gonna get the book of Proverbs, chapter 1. And this is at verse 22. It says, "How long you simple ones will you love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge." Okay, and then the simple ones love simplicity, man. That's why our people, when they come up and listen to this, they still stuck in their simplicity, man. All right, even though we can break the scriptures down all the way down to the simplest common denominator, but yet our people still to this very day go about their day doing whatever they want to do, man. Still going on in their wickedness. Okay, and that's why they're going to be judged, man. Because now they have no excuse. All right, when they see the men of the law on the highways and byways, they have one or two options. They can either stop and listen, or they can keep going. All right, one is leading unto salvation, one is leading unto death, and the Lord specifically made it that way. Okay, He made it. Like it says, the Lord has created an open door. All right, and guess what? That door is closing, man. Okay, so reading on, it says, verse 23, it says, "Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you, because I have called and you refused. I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded. But ye have said, and not all my counsel," and this is the counsel right now. Okay, so right now they're sitting in not all the counsel of Yahweh Shemion Shai, man. Okay, and with none of my reproof, I will also laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. So the Lord, he's gonna be mocking them in that day, man. Even though they're gonna be diligently trying to seek the Lord in that day, because that's a common thing amongst our people. Whenever sort of adversity happens to our people, what is the first thing they do? They turn to the Lord, Yahweh Shemion Shai, for deliverance. All right, but this is going to be the generation. This is going to be the time where the Lord is going to turn His ear away from our people, man. And He's only going to be dealing with the ones who have followed Him in this time today, man. Okay, it says here, verse 27 says, "When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For that they had hated knowledge and did not choose to fear the Lord. They were none of my counsel, and they despised all my reproof. Therefore shall they eat the fruit of their own way, and be filled with their own devices. For the turning of the way of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them." And that's going to be the judgment of our people, because again, they did not regard the counsel of the Lord, man. Because what you see when the prophets come out, the prophets are the forerunners of the Lord, man. Wherever the Lord puts an edict or his legislation out, guess what? He sends messengers out to delay that message, man. And such is the way of a great king. All right, a king is not going to come down to you himself and speak and tell you what's about to happen. No, he's going to have his servants go out and do that. All right, and that's what he's done over the past history. He always has servants to go out to be the forerunners and to send that message on to the people. And it's whether the people are going to hear or forbear. All right, and if the people forbear the word of Yahweh Shemion Shai, the Lord just go ahead and executes that judgment, and he is not and he's justified in doing that. All right, because why? Because now we're in a time to where our people cannot be ignorant, man, because it's out there, man. All right, and that's how it was back in the ancient world. The men of the Lord, they were out there. I believe one of the prophets. I'm trying to remember what specific prophet. I believe it was. I'm not sure if it was either. I believe it was either Jonah. I believe it's Jonah. I might be wrong, Slakia. But he prophesied for over 100 years, man. All right, and over those course of 100 years, certain of our people still did not want to come to the Lord, man. They didn't want to repent. All right. So what? So today makes it no different, man. You have men of the Lord that have been out for 30+ years, man. 30 years on top of years prophesying, man. Okay, and our people still don't want to get right, man. Okay, I'm gonna continue on this last verse. I'm gonna close it out. It says, "But who so hearken unto me," applies to today, "shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear of evil." Right. So, and you have men that are hearkening to the Lord, and guess what? We're going to dwell safely, man. Which, Lord's will, we endure to the very end, so that we can be delivered. Okay. So when the time comes and when all hell breaks loose, all right, we're seeking to Yahweh Shemion Shah for safety, man. Okay. And we're doing that right now, okay, on at this time before all hell breaks loose. All right, before that actually happens. But guess what? The Lord's gonna make sure that his men are taken care of, man. Like it says in the scripture as well, that the Lord is not unrighteous to forget your works and labor of love that he showed towards him, man. So the Lord's going to make sure the ones who have labored and been out in the elements that receive the harsh treatments from our people for teaching this word, he's going to make sure they're taken care of. But the others, he's going to laugh, and he's going to laugh at their calamity, and he's going to mock them, man. Okay? So with that, I'm going to go ahead and close out on that note. Again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well to this very day. Shalom, peace and safety, and salutations to the hope elect, the men of the Lord, the sincere Akim that are tuning in, that's still holding fast to this word, and still holding on to the belief of Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai, and still continuing to endure to the very end, all right, and spreading this gospel to other members of the hope elect in faith, and truth, sincerity, and all charity. And with that, I'm going to say Shalom, DTA, Abad Babal, soon.